I was there when Sue Watkins, who used to be with the Sheriff's Department, told the county commissioners at the time that to cooperate, to have the city dispatch services be dispatching the county sheriff's deputies, and there were a couple then, would be very expensive, and she had this astronomical number that no one agreed to. And then later on it turned out that that number was false. So the commissioners had actually talked to me about it as well, individually, not as a group, saying, why would she do that? And so I asked her at the end of one of her testimonies to the commissioners over in the little boardroom, and she said, you can just look that up under a public request for information. Of course, that's impossible. So what's the latest cooperative stage that we're in? Well, the full title of that is Vital Police Dispatch Cooperation, held up by Testosterone. Because yesterday, Keith Heck said that we're being held up by testosterone-induced individuals, talking about Police Chief Joe Hinner and County Sheriff Gil Gilbertson.
As is true with many situations, but especially in the law enforcement, you've got two testosterone-induced individuals that are butting heads over issues.
There is no desire on their part to cooperate when it comes to dispatch. Apparently the two systems are dissimilar, and one of the commissioners suggested, well, perhaps we can just cooperate with some other county and have them dispatch it. As Cheryl Walker pointed out, military does it all over the world. So it's a shame, I think, that in something like dispatch, remember when that phone call was played on national media, oh, we can't possibly come out and help you, that kind of stuff. This is a black eye for Josephine County. And here is the sheriff and the police chief, who bears more responsibility, I don't know, refusing to cooperate, according to Keith Heck, because they're induced by testosterone. This is a vital issue, and we need to solve this. And I would encourage the commissioners, if they would listen to me, to do something about this and have an answer, and don't wait 30, 60, 90 days. We've waited long enough for a solution to this, and to do something about it. If these testosterone-induced individuals can't cooperate, force them to. They use force all the time.
Mr. Matthews continues to make comments that are how do I say this? How do I say this nicely? I don't mind anybody who disagrees and that kind of stuff. I don't even talk with anybody who disagrees. I'll be happy to sit down and reflect. But I have a tremendous disgust in my own personal life of people who tell half-truths and then manufacture them and blow them up and pass them out, and other people who have a presupposition of trust receive those stories and then are absolutely irate about what they've heard. And Mr. Matthews specializes in this half-truth stuff. God forbid anybody should ever make a verbal faux pas, because that faux pas will now become the standard by which you are measured. And it's just it's a sad way to have to live one's life. And as I look at track records and these kinds of things about what makes us as a successful community and a viable community and a community of people who work and care and labor hard, it's a sad testimony to think that the negativity and the joy of having a video on YouTube is the consummation of my success. And it's just it's a sad situation. If anybody wants to talk to any of us with me about anything that you have a concern about, whether you agree or disagree, that's not the point. If you want to talk, I'll be happy to meet you anywhere and talk and try to answer whatever questions. And at the end of it, I would hope we would be able to say thank you, shake hands, and be able to leave as in a friendly relationship, not in a hostile relationship, because we don't agree with one another. And that's just it's a sad commentary that day after day and meeting after meeting, the only thing we could have just received a $5 billion flush input of monies from somewhere, and it would be somewhere a negative story on YouTube from I'm almost hesitant to talk about these videos on YouTube because there are so few of them, and we've been on it for months, and they've got 23 views and that kind of stuff. Maybe we're just increasing the viewership, but and that's the sum total of my life. It's a sad commentary on the purpose of a human life. But anyway, that's the way he prefers to live. I just don't prefer to have to live in the vitriol and the venom that you spew forth.
The resolution might be proposed. How do you implement the resolution? The resolution is simplistic terms. You've got county with system A, city with system B. They don't interface. They don't support one another. So for the county to go to system A is not a reasonable exercise.
Well,
For the
that's
city to go to system B is not a reasonable exercise. So what is the conclusion? And that is going to take a little bit more long time because, as is true with many situations, but especially in the law enforcement, you've got two testosterone-induced individuals
Now you're
They're easy on the head.
that are butting heads over
because
issues.
when I asked about the dispatch aspect a year and a half ago,
Yeah.
what is it that a dispatcher provides
Mhm.
to somebody out there on the ground? And it's like location, description of the person, I don't know. And I'm like, and so those are the kinds of things that a 911 caller is putting into a system and conveying that to the officer on the ground. And I'm like, so you can't do that in an email? They could plug and chug into our system from their system. The officer could write that down. I mean, we're trying to save money here, and those are the kinds of things that I'm like, no, we've got to work on that. That they operate in Word over there, and we operate in Word Perfect. Those are not an excuse to me that we can't find a way to fundamentally make these systems work.
Okay, is our system the same as the state police?
I don't know.
No.
Is our system compatible with the 911 dispatch center in Jackson County and Central County?
Yeah, well, no. I know we're compatible with Douglas, the sheriff's department of Douglas County and all the 911.
Then maybe we should go with Douglas County. You don't have to be anywhere near the location
No.
of dispatch. You don't.
No, I realize that, and
You
that,
don't.
that's
So
what-
let's co-op with Douglas County.
and that has been looked at, and it is not a dead issue.
Well, I think if that's the one we're compatible with, then that's the one we should say we are going to do it. I don't like this stuff that, well, we can't do it because we can't communicate. You're darn right you're not communicating.
Yeah.
We've got a place that can go, so let's just do it.
Well, I mean,
Because there's a lot of places. And I know when I was serving in the legislature, this was one of the things that we tried to do. We tried to get regional 911 dispatch
Yeah,
centers. Because you can dispatch, and for crying out loud, the military does it halfway around the world.
Yeah.
You know, you can dispatch from anywhere in seconds.
The thing about it is it's really expensive for us to have dispatch there at whatever hours they choose to be on, but to have that to facilitate people, you know, we've got the Marine deputy, we've got the BLM
Ridiculous.
deputy, we've got the city of
Absolutely
Cape Junction.
ridiculous.
That's three. You almost have that many people backing up, that many people in the field, and that's like, wow, that just doesn't seem like a really good ratio. There's got to be a better way to do it.
And if
we
we're
have to
compatible with a system, then let's do it.
So,
I don't care if it's Curry County or Douglas County or just
not that I
Jackson
don't
County.
support, I'm at 100%.
My validity outweighs yours because I'm talking about two human beings that factor into this equation as far as safety goes.
Well, and I'm the solution, just pull them. They're not out there.
Okay, so then there is no responding to any calls of 911 emergency calls in the county?
Yeah.